Hello, this is John Egros from Access 360 Media. I've just put together this short tutorial to help you perfectly align your north points when building a virtual tour in situations where a building such as this resort we shot last week is on an angle. And this will help you also to connect your scenes, make sure they are all perfectly aligned, and also, your north points will all be correct. So when you upload it to Google Street View, that'll already be done. So I'm going to start off here, and I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hit Shift Command 4, capture part of the screen right here. There we go. And I'm going to open that up in Affinity Photo. Now I'm using Affinity because this is also the program I use to retouch my panos, and it works very well with equilateral projections. So the room that we need to do, that we're working on right here, is right here in this section of the building. And so I am going to grab my square tool here, and let's make this red and no background. There we go. And I'm just going to make a box, and I'm going to take it and rotate it so that it aligns. Let me grab my selection tool here with this part of the building. And there we go. And yeah, looks pretty good. This part of the building is also perpendicular with it, and we're at 46.1 degrees, so we're just going to call that 46 degrees that I'm going to set this to. So here's north, and so if this is the front of the building here, this is the front facing out towards the parking lot where all the doors are on the side here with the cars, and I would need to rotate 46 degrees to the left, and now north would be facing in the correct direction. So now that we've got that, I am going to jump into Lightroom, which I also use to manage all of my panos here, and we're going to take this, go edit in Affinity Photo, which is by Serif, by the way. And the nice thing about Affinity also, sometimes you have to hit this twice to get it to open because it's not an Adobe program. Affinity is a one-time purchase instead of a subscription, so that's a kind of a nice benefit to it. And I'm going to duplicate this layer here, and so we are going to enter into a live projection, equilateral projection. There we go. Now I am going to rotate here, so I am facing directly square with the front of the building. And now that is lined up. Now I've tilted down so that I can use the ceiling here to help me align this. And so I'm going to go up here in the upper left and set the pitch back to 90 because we don't want to reset that. But I'm going to hit center coordinate system. Now that would not be the correct way to set this. So what I have to do here is I'm going to rotate it by the correct number of degrees. Now we had 46 degrees was our measurement, but we have to add 180 degrees because we're already starting at 90, and the center of the image is not where north is in CloudPano in most systems. And I'll show you that in a couple minutes. So I'm going to go plus 180. We're 226. All right. So let's quit that. And now I'm just going to type in 226 right here and hit center coordinate system again. And we'll go back and remove our projection. And you can see if I turn this layer off that we've just shifted it. And so one of the things is that, like, as I was mentioning, the middle, and if you open up guides, you can add a guide. The middle is not the north point. The middle is actually the center of one of the two squares, of the right-hand square. So the middle, I'm going to add another guide here at, there we go, 5472 in this, which is 3/4 of the way. And now north would be right here aligned with this guide. And if we go back to our image here, if we were in this room, north, which would be up, we'd be looking at that angle at that wall. So that looks like it's right. We can actually go back to our live projection here. Let me go back to that and show you that here for a second. If we went to 0 there, that would be looking at north. So 90 degrees to the right of where, when it resets it. All right, so let's remove our projection, save our document, and we've got the first one done. And so I'm going to go back into Lightroom here, and we're going to knock out a couple more of these real quick. And there we go. We got those open. All right, there we go. Live projection, equilateral projection. Now, in this one, I know that this wall in the kitchen should be parallel to that wall that faces the door, but I can also go and line up with this one 180 degrees away. I'm going to line that up there and go like that. Now I could see my ceiling here is perpendicular to, or it's parallel to the edge there. I'm going to set my pitch back to 90, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to type in -180. And now we know that looking in this direction, even though it's harder to see because we're so close to that wall, we know that the front and back of this building and this unit are parallel to each other. So now we know we're facing exactly at the front door. I'm going to hit center coordinate system. It goes back to 90. And we're going to change that to 226. Hit center coordinate system again. And remove our projection. And save. All right, knock another one out here. Layer, live projection, equilateral projection. And it looks like we're already facing the right way, pretty close here. All right, put that back to 90 because we don't want to reset the pitch. I'm going to hit center coordinate system, type in my number that I came up with, 226. Again, that's how many degrees I need to rotate plus 180. So 46 plus 180 is 226. And we're going to center it again. Live projection, remove projection. Again, here's the before and after. Turn that back on. There we go. And save. Going to knock out one more for you real quick so that when we jump into our CloudPano, I can show you how easy it is and quick to align them. So layer, live projection, equilateral projection, and now we're going to line back up with the front of the unit. Use the ceiling there. Leave my pitch at 90. Center the coordinate. Let's go look the other way. Let's see. Yeah, that looks straight. Alright, so let's go back to 90. Alright, we're there at 90. And we're going to put in our magic number, 226. There we go. Center the coordinate system again. Layer, live projection, remove projection, save. Now I don't export these as JPEGs from here because I like to give them one last look through on all of them in Lightroom just to make sure everything looks right. And it keeps all my settings exactly the same. I have that as a preset, so I'm just going to hit export. And I do down-res them slightly just to increase load times. Hit export. There we go. Boom, those are done. And we're going to jump back into CloudPano here, add some scenes. And this is room 233. We just did 4 scenes. Open them up. Let them upload. There we go. I'm going to go keep them in order here. It just makes it a little easier for me to keep track of them. So 233, here's the first one. Oh, so this is important. You'll see right now when I click on it, after I just uploaded it, the compass is not facing north. We need to reset that so it's facing exactly north. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard and just go right back into my edit. And now the compass is facing exactly north. And we're going to go to the first scene here. Now that's facing north. Now all I have to do is click on it and set the north point. But you don't want to move the scene because we want that to stay, the compass to stay north. Because if I go to the next scene, then it would be moved also. And we would have to go back and reload this editor here. You might be able to just hit refresh. Actually, I haven't tried that. Let's see what happens. Refresh. Takes me back to that one. Yeah, refresh works. So 233, there we are. We did that one. We're going to go here. Save the north point. Hit here. Save the north point. And hit here. Save the north point. Let's go back to that first one right here. And now we will connect our next scene, which would be, where am I at? 233. And this would be this one right here by the dining room. Save. Click that one. Boom. Perfectly aligned. And now I'm going to hit this one here in the kitchen. And there's my kitchen. Hit that. Boom, perfectly aligned. Next one is right about there I was standing. And that one would be this one right here in the living room. Boom, perfectly aligned. We want to go back and connect this one too. So we're going to connect this one right here. And that's the one by the right there. And I like to move them a little bit down a little bit, but there we go. All perfectly aligned. And now if they are facing north, again, north right there, we're looking at an angle towards the parking lot. If we were in this unit right here and we were staying there, we'd be looking at an angle. Here's the front. That's the front door right there. And there you go. That is the fastest way I've found to accurately do that, is to do that in the step while editing the photos. All right. Have a great day. Thanks.